Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I just passed D217 auditing at WGU. So this was my second to last class, and honestly this one really was a curveball for me. So starting off, I took this exam 3 times. The first time I kind of rushed into it. The second time I took it the day after and I didn't study enough. And then during the exam, I got disconnected and that really threw me off my game and I failed by like 2 points. Yes, so after that, I spent like the next 3 or 4 days. Luckily, it's a long Labor Day weekend to actually complete it. I met with my professor last night and he said like we don't even have to book this 45-minute session because like it's the equivalent of getting tackled at the 1 yard line. Like just go take it again and pass. So yeah, I woke up, studied a little bit, like 3 4 hours, and then I passed. So for the content on the course, you really don't want to like breeze past it. I'm not saying that you have to sit down and read the book because I didn't even open that at all. However, take what you see online with a grain of salt because a lot of people like saying they got through the class a lot faster than they did, or they might misalign expectations. Like you don't know if that person's accelerating. So just because they got through that class and said it was easier than an intermediate accounting course or any other course, you don't want to take it for granted and get blindsided like I did. So yeah, it happens to everyone, but it took me my third time and I passed. For the resources I did use, initially I went through a lot of the Quizlet questions and I realized that all those questions in this particular Quizlet set were the questions in the Wiley textbook set. So I used those to study, review, and even though that got me really close by just doing the Wiley questions and passing the PA and like studying those, it wasn't quite enough. So I suggest that on top of that, you go look through each of the PowerPoints. So let's say you take the PA and you're struggling in a certain portion, go read that PowerPoint that's underneath the Wiley thing or the Wiley textbook. And it's in a weird space. You have to go through the course materials you have to go to class, go to course materials, then you have to go to resources, and then under resources, you'll be able to find a PowerPoint for each chapter. Another thing I want to say is make sure if you do really good on the PA, don't assume that the OA is going to be like that because in all honesty, it was a lot more like hypothetical situations on the OA, and the PA is a lot of just like vocab and understanding the overarching concepts of auditing, but the OA is more like detailed, focused, scenario based, and a lot of the questions do look like word soup. I'm not gonna lie, like I had to read them, I had to take my time with each single question because all of them seem so similar, but you have to like watch for the keywords. So that's why I say go through the PowerPoint. And I know that sucks because the PowerPoints are like 70 pages or 70 slides each, but you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to pass. So yeah, out of a rating scale, I gotta give this one probably solid 8.5 out of 10. I would have gave it a 9, but I know that I was lacking a little bit, so I'll take accountability on that part for Russian. But yeah, I'd say it's an 8.5 out of 10. And yeah, it's a good class. So like I know that most people that graduate with this degree are either gonna become like a taxation accountant or like an auditing accountant, or like they're gonna go into just like a regular staff accountant. So this one is one of the most applicable classes to the real world that I can see. So make sure you pay attention if that's what you're into. I know that by now, if you're already taking your auditing class, you can get a lot of the auditing internships and they pay better than any of the jobs, any entry level jobs that you can get without a degree. So yeah, that's really it for me. I'm gonna be taking D105 here soon. I'm also going to put that application in to graduate. So let's see if I can do that in time. And then I know I owe you guys some videos, so I'm gonna be going back and doing those. So stay tuned for that. I think I got D104 and then accounting information systems and then managing in a global environment. So I'm gonna release those. I know I've been lacking, but I'll get back to it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next time.